Hey YouTubers!
Hey everybody.
Welcome back to our channel. And for those of you who haven't been here before, thanks for taking the time to check us out. Today we are going to do a review and a comparison video.
Yeah, a lot of you guys from our last video kind of requested a comparison video between the Road Pro and the Hot Logic Mini. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So
these are the 12 volt versions. You can see they each got a 12 volt plug. This one's not easy to open, just so you know. You will fight it. There you go.
Yep, mine's just a little tag.
We're going to tell you a couple things about them before we get started cooking a couple different meals. We're going to, of course, you got to cook them in the car, so we're going to do it there, but we'll tell you a little bit about each one of them. We'll start with the Hot Logic first.
Okay, so the Hot Logic Mini, this is like a nice fabric liner that completely covers the outside. Basic zipper that opens it. Take this right out here. This heats with a heating plate, just like this. Super simple. Sets right in here, evenly distributes heat. One thing I want to mention with this one before you get into the Road Pro is how you can heat things up here. So with this, you have containers that you can put in here, plastic containers. The Hot Logic doesn't get high temperatures, so you can cook in plastic. TV dinners, you could just put the box right in here. You'd be good to go. And also our favorite is Pyrex, just glass Pyrex. You're all set here. You just set it right in there and you're good to go.
It doesn't get super hot, but it gets hot enough to cook your food fully. So you don't think it's going to undercook your food because it works awesome. And then with the Road Pro, basically the same. This has got the hard shell. You can see the metal pans in here that aren't removable, so you can't really wash them. And if you get anything on there, it will burn. You got pretty much one cooking option for this.
There you go.
You got like muffin pan or bread pans or something that sit in there. That's how you do it. Or you can wrap your items in foil and throw it in there. This one heats up to 300 degrees, so it can bake stuff. So if you don't watch your food, it will burn the food, dry it out, scorch it. So you do have to watch for that.
Yeah. So that's more for like actual cooking, like you can bake stuff in there. This is more like a set in there, put some power to it, and then forget it. Eat when you're ready. There's no like waiting for the timer to go off for your food to be ready.
Yeah, we've used the plug-in version with a car inverter.
Yep.
Trip down to Florida. He uses it for work.
All the time.
You can go all day and your food doesn't dry out. It's pretty awesome. This will be our first time using this one, so you'll get to experience it with us. Another thing to know is the sizes. Relatively, they're saying this one's a little bigger, but it doesn't compact at all. This one will, without the Pyrex in there, goes pretty flat.
Yeah.
You are stuck with this hard case if that's what you want. And also, if you're driving and you got that one of these tins in there, they don't seal. So if you hit the brakes pretty hard,
yeah, it's gonna go bye-bye.
Your food's spilling all on the inside of there. It does have a rubber seal, but there are little
vents.
Yeah, little slits in the vents. You'll see them in each corner, just to allow steam and moisture probably to come out.
And I'm sure you guys know with Pyrex, I mean, you tip that upside down, it's going to be holding the fluid, so you're good to go here.
Much better. That would take a fly across your car a little better. So what we're going to do, we're going to shoot over to the counter there, and we're going to make a couple meals.
Yep.
We got frozen chicken breast. We're going to put that in there with rice and cream of mushroom soup. And then we're going to cook them in the car for 2 hours. Relatively, you think about a trip if you're traveling somewhere for the weekend or something, it's going to take you a couple hours, right?
Yeah, roughly.
So we'll do that, and we'll do the temperatures along the way to find out how long it takes to cook something, and go from there.
Yeah, we're going to monitor these temperatures a little bit closer because, as we said, this one does get up to 300, so we can guarantee it's going to cook the food faster, but we want to make sure that we're not going to completely burn it to smithereens here because Hot Logic takes a little bit longer, but as I said, you set it on the power, you go to work, come lunchtime, it's cooked, you never have to worry about it burning. So
it is personal preference. I mean, if you're looking to cook something faster, you're going to want the Road Pro. But if you're on the road, I don't think you're wanting to eat in an hour.
Yeah, I want to eat when I want to eat.
Right, that's a better one. So let's get started.
Okay, we're at the counter here. We're going to be prepping both meals same time, side by side for you. Road Pro over here. Hot Logic Mini over here. We're going to cook it right in a glass Pyrex container.
This one here, of course, we got to use the aluminum tin. Just set it in there like that. And let's get to cooking. First, wash your hands. We did that. We're going to pop a piece of chicken. We might have to find a skinnier one for this band. I'll probably fit it in each one.
I'm taking a bigger one. Boom, perfect.
We're gonna do a cup of rice each. Here, you can do yours.
Good. Would you like me to measure a cup up for you?
Yeah, measure me out a cup.
Perfect. There you go.
All right, let's pour that in. We're using cream of mushroom soup. We're just going to put half of this can here since it is the family size, half in each one.
God, every time I see a Campbell's can, I just think of Campbell's chicken noodle possibilities. We're almost there. Get it all out of there. Ugh.
And we're going to put a cup of milk in each one. Actually, to make it easier, we'll just do half a can, since it's half of each thing of soup. Things are getting tight in here.
Ultra slow-mo.
Now we just mix it up, put a little salt and pepper on it.
I got you.
Get it evenly mixed through.
Oh, sure. Here you go. Put some pepper in that bad boy.
We got a guest salt and pepper grinder person.
Okay.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's looking good. Now I'll borrow your spoon. I want to give it a mix.
Like you see here, it's fully mixed. All the rice is evenly mixed through. So that's ready. Let's go over here to this one. All right, now we're gonna close these up, or like he likes to say, lid it.
Lid it. Hashtag it.
Well, let's say we're gonna lid it this one.
Yeah, there's not much of a lid on that one, in my opinion.
No lid over here. I mean, you can cover it with foil to try to help it splash, but when you carry out to your car, be careful, because you're gonna spill it all over. Close it up. Ready to go.
Set it in the old Hot Logic Mini. Sure closes good. Zip it, and we're set. Now to the vehicles.
Now we're gonna go to the cars, hook these up. We're gonna try to check on them every, what do you say, every half hour?
I'm gonna say about 15 to a half an hour.
And we'll check the temperatures on the outside as well as the temp inside to see how fully or how cooked or how far along they are.
Okay, guys, we're going to be testing this in my Fusion here. These cars are driven every day. We did do a volt check in our previous video. If you guys check that out, we did test the Hot Logic, running it for several hours in the car, and we were okay with starting it up afterwards. Started perfect. So we're just going to plug this in directly into the cigarette lighter. Set it down nice and flat. Make sure it's flat, just easier that way. And we're all set.
We'll check in a little bit. This one takes only 45 watts, 0.5 amps to run, so it doesn't take much power at all, and it'll heat up to 165, 170 degrees. So you can run that for a while. It won't burn your food. It'll still stay moist.
Pretty much what you see here is what I do when I go to work. So this is the setup right here.
Okay, now let's go to the other car. We'll plug the Road Pro in and get that one set up. All right, now we're in the other vehicle. We're going to plug in the Road Pro. Make sure you set it someplace level because this one doesn't have a lid inside.
Yeah, so since we're stationary, we're going to keep it here. If you're driving, I recommend you put it to the floor, somewhere flat that will stay flat. Same premise here. We're just going to plug it right into the cigarette lighter. I forgot to mention earlier in the other car, make sure you're plugging it into a cigarette lighter that is powered by the battery continuously. So for us, since we're sitting here and we don't have the car on, we want to use battery power, not keyed power. Keyed powered, it kind of just powers the cigarette lighter when the key is actually on accessory mode or the vehicle's on. So we're just going to plug it in here. We'd also like to mention too, with the Road Pro, they recommend you don't use any extension like cigarette lighter ports, anything like that. Just directly into the cigarette lighter, and that is it.
And on some, if you have an older car, your cigarette lighter might not have a high enough amp fuse, because this one here takes 140, 144 watts, 12 amps of power. So this one really sucks some power. So make sure your power port can handle that kind of draw. So we'll come back and check on these in a little bit and see where they're at.
Alright guys, we're a hair over 30 minutes in here, so we're going to start with the Hot Logic Mini. Just to give you guys a little idea here, if I just like scan just the top for temperature, I'm only pulling 80 on top. Bottom, I'm pulling around 103.6 degrees on the bottom, so it's not hot enough where you're really going to damage anything. Just open it up real quick, just take a look at the temperature. Fairly confident it's not going to be really close to done yet, but just to get an idea. Yeah, she's definitely still cooking. It's going to be a while. Only 50 degrees on top. So usually with Hot Logics, you're looking anywhere from around 2 to 3 hours to get it to that temperature. But again, we do have a meat thermometer, so we'll check that chicken temperature when we're fairly confident it's done. So now that we have this, we're going to check in about another 15 or 30, and let's move over to the Road Pro. Okay, so again, here over 30 minutes, we switched over to the Road Pro, just to get an idea here. This one kind of distributes heat pretty good, so outside temperature here. I'm 130 degrees right now, just outside temperature. So you can tell she's a-cooking. We'll open it up quick, be nice and careful. Top of the food here. We're at 84.7 right now, so it's definitely cooking faster, but you know, we figured that because this one is 300 degrees temperature. So again, we'll check it another 15 to 30 and keep it going. All right, everybody, we are an hour in currently. Get an idea of temperature outside, 84.9. Bottom temperature, 112 degrees. We'll take a quick look at the inside. Again, we're an hour here. From experience, it'll be roughly 2 hours for this to be done, so I'm not going to mix it up yet or anything, but about 96 degrees right now is the top, and the heat comes from the bottom, so we're doing pretty good. A little while longer, and we'll be all set, so we'll come back in about another half an hour. Now on to the Road Pro. Okay, so this is an hour in check on the Road Pro. Just outside temperature right now, about 109 degrees. We'll open it up nice and careful as to not spill any liquid. We're about 136 degrees right now, so this is getting pretty close. So I think within the next 15 to a half an hour, this will be about where we need it, and then we can actually check the temperature of the chicken, make sure she's good, and then we can stop the clock for the Road Pro. So on for another half an hour.
All right, guys, we're back out here in the one with the Road Pro. Looks fairly decent. It does look like it lost a lot of moisture, though. It ain't terrible. It is a little bit stuck to the bottom.
Make sure you watch your fingers. You don't want to hit that metal. It's probably hot.
But it does get...
Oh, there's some chicken down there.
We're going to get this chicken to the top and we'll test it.
Temperature.
It looks pretty good. For chicken, we want it to, like, you know, 160. Where we like to have it. We got that easily, so.
Yep, 163, yeah.
So at about the 2 hour mark, this will cook it, the Road Pro. But it is drying it out pretty good, so.
Again, yeah, if you were to leave this any bit longer, let's say if
you could look in the bottom there, you can see where it's burning to the bottom. You see it down there? It's burning to the bottom.
Yeah, slightly.
So if you were leaving it any longer than 2 hours for this kind of meal, which is, we had liquid in it with the milk, you're going to want to keep adding liquid for sure.
Yeah, keep it good.
To keep it going longer than this. But it did cook it. Let's test it. Rice is good. It's good.
Awesome.
So 2 hours this is done. Well, I definitely would not leave it in here to keep it warm.
Well, then
it'll dry it out. As you see, it was burning to the bottom.
Then let's close this up and try to start it. Make sure we're still good.
Okay, now the test. It's 2 hours. We're going to see if we could still start this car. We're at 100% dead.
Yeah.
not even a light comes on. So you definitely ain't gonna want to run this one with your car not with your car not on. It's completely dead. It killed it. Actually, this probably
Drained, yeah.
I don't know when it might have stopped.
It might have died previously and kept it where you're at.
I mean, it was warm, so it probably recently died, but still, totally.
So you're definitely not getting the 2 hours out of it. So
no, if you're using this, you want to have your car running. You want to be moving, or have some way to keep your battery charged up, because this ain't gonna do it. So now we got to jump this. All right, this could be you if you use the Road Pro in your car, because it completely killed it. It didn't even start with it didn't even turn on a light inside.
Ooh, whopping 6 volts, 0%.
Yeah, hopefully we didn't fry this thing.
If not, it's a.
So there it is. We'll leave it on charge, and hopefully she comes back to life.
Yep.
This could be you.
All right, now we're in the car. We got the hot logic going. We're gonna open this right up. Oh, there we go. Set her open. Still, it's not too bad. You want to mix it up a little bit?
Already, you can see it's moister.
It's
Then again, it's probably not as
done yet.
well. We know it doesn't cook as fast.
Yeah, it takes a little bit longer. Just check that.
Let me mix it up like I did the other one. Then we'll check that chicken.
Flip the chicken.
I don't know if it's quite where it needs to be.
No, I think it would need a little bit longer.
Like a half hour more. I think in our other video when we did chicken, it took
2.5 to closer to 2.5 or something.
about 2.5 hours.
What do we got?
It's not quite there. I think in another 20 minutes or so we'd have it.
Yep. Just about, yeah. About another 20-30 minutes and you'd be good to go.
All right, same with this one. Let's test it to see if this one will crank over and start. We know in our other video we went 2.5 hours and easily started the vehicle, so that was in a small SUV. Yeah, so this is a little smaller, so we'll see.
We're good to go.
Without a problem.
Yeah,
so,
started right up.
Well, this gets it for being able to start your car if you left it on by mistake.
Yeah, if you forgot to unplug the Road Pro, you'd be sitting there stranded. All right, guys, so we have the 2 meals here. We got the hot logic done. We let it sit in there for about 3 hours. We had a previous video, so we kind of had a clue of how long it was going to take. So as you see, this one's nice and moist, all beautiful like. Then you have the Road Pro. That was about 2 hours. Again, the battery did die, so it may have died at around the hour 30, hour 45 mark. No way to really tell. So you can kind of see the differences between the two. Just keep in mind as well that like this one you could keep cooking and you'd still be good to go. That one, if you cook that any longer, it's just gonna burn and just be horrible. So
plus this one will leave you walking. If you left your car off or forgot about it or something,
yeah,
your car's gonna die.
Yeah, this one you can just let go for quite a few hours, so you'd be all set. Rest in peace, the poor SUV battery. Okay, guys, there you have it. Little comparison between the Hot Logic and the Road Pro. For us, it's hands down the Hot Logic. It fits us definitely. You could leave it, set it, forget it. This here might cook a little faster, but it will dry your food out, and you gotta kind of monitor it a little more. You gotta be conscious of what you're cooking, the time you're cooking it. Make sure your car's not on. Rest in peace. No, make sure your car is on. Oh, that's what I meant. Oh, yeah. If you forget about this, and you're walking. Yeah, and it's calling somebody for a jump. Hot Logic, much more forgiving. You just cook it and let it go, and you'll be all set. Power consumption's quite a bit different. We love this thing. We use it camping, boating, use it for work, like we said. Yeah, I use it at work all the time. We use it all over, so you can't go wrong with it. They got some nice sales going on their webpage, too. Yeah. If you guys are interested in Hot Logic, we'll leave a link to their website right in the description. If you head there, do some shopping, and then when you're checking out, use the promo code Jimmy2Tech. I'll probably put it somewhere in this video that you can see it, and that'll give you 20% off your purchase. So yeah, so that's a pretty good deal. No doubt about it. Get yourself one of these if you want to start out with this and move up to something bigger, but you won't be sorry you did. Yeah, this is definitely a good purchase. And they do offer multiple things. They have this little one. Yep, different colors too. So definitely the colors. Black, blue, orange. They have patterns if you want patterns, plaid, whatever. Yep. They have family size one, which is what, the 9x13. It's pretty big. Yeah, it is, and then different containers. They have all kinds of stuff you could use for it. I guess that's it for this video. Yeah. If you found this video useful, make sure you smash that like button, please. We definitely appreciate it. Smash it. Yeah, smash. Boom. If you like the channel, like what you're seeing, be sure to subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you can see when we have a new video released. And any questions or comments, just drop them below. We get back to them pretty quick. And if you guys want to send us some love, the P.O. box is right in the description.
Yeah, and if anything in our video that you're interested in, there'll be links down in the description also. You can check that out. Maybe it's something you need.
Yeah, and I think that about sums it up.
Yeah, that's
so,
about it.
as always, do a little bit of everything.
Try something new.